There are some things that can be done to address the problem of food deserts and to make communities such as South Los Angeles have more options for healthy eating opportunities. First, it's been a real challenge, but you have to overcome the attitudes and really there's sort of stereotypes that some of the large grocery chains have about low-income communities and communities of color. Lots of stereotypes that people have about South Los Angeles are similar to the ones that big companies have. And so it explains why some of the stores have said, well, we don't want to go into these neighborhoods because our marketing consultants told us they'd be dangerous neighborhoods, or that people wouldn't come to our stores because they couldn't afford it, or that there'd be a lot of theft in these stores. These are some of the stereotypes that some of the big chain grocery stores have had. But when people have worked to overcome those stereotypes, the chain stores have found they do very well in these neighborhoods. And one of the reasons is because the neighborhoods have been food deserts. People have been so starved for a place to spend their money, gosh, there's a pun there, starved for a place to eat, that they have gone out to these stores in droves. And so an example was a store from a chain called Pathmark that exists on the East Coast, and they opened up a store in Newark, New Jersey. Very, very, very poor neighborhood. And this store is performing really, really well. And I think Pathmark also opened a store in Harlem, also in New York. Also in a neighborhood where there were lots and lots of problems in terms of community that hadn't had store in a long time, where there were stereotypes about the people who lived there, where there was a lot of poverty, and yet the store performs very well. Another example, here in California, there's a community called Market Creek Plaza. I'm sorry, a community called the Five Diamonds neighborhood, and a plaza opened up, Market Creek Plaza, which has a grocery store in it, and it was a chain grocery store that, again, was reluctant to come to this part of San Diego. It was considered to be a really tough neighborhood. It had several different racial and ethnic communities all living in a sort of semicircle, and the store went right into there, and it's doing extremely well, and there was a lot of community participation in the design of the store and the products that it would serve or sell, and there were a lot of local community members who got jobs in that store. I don't want you to think, though, that large grocery stores is the only answer, because really, when you're in a food desert, you need everything. And so some of the other strategies have been to convert some of the existing smaller stores in our neighborhoods, corner stores and liquor stores, to small stores that would sell a bigger variety of fresh foods and vegetables at a nice price, and that would think about how to design their store differently so that it wouldn't look like alcohol and cigarettes were the only things being sold, or fast food and junk food, chips and things like that. There's been a store, the Coronado Market, that was able to redesign itself so that it's not any bigger, but it's changed its layout, and it really features healthier and fresh foods more than snack foods and chips and things like that, and alcohol that's not a prominent feature in that store. So this could be really, really useful in South Los Angeles. As I said before, there's so many liquor stores here. So between the corner stores and the liquor stores, we really could get a big impact if we could change some of them. Another approach to adding to the food options and taking away the food desert status would be creating farmers markets, bringing fresh fruits and vegetables into communities, even if it were just once a week or every other week. And there are a few farmers markets in South Los Angeles, but there's just a couple, and with an area this big, I'm sure that the large South LA region could support several more farmers markets.